Hello guys, today we are going to start working with Unit 3. This unit is called Lend a Hand. And in here we are going to be working with these two: discuss favors, borrowing and lending, and leave messages with requests. Grammar focus for today is request with modals, if clauses, and gerunds. So we are going to be working with the first part, which is discuss favors, borrowing, and lending right here. So I have another extra information regarding this grammar. So let's get into it. Okay, so in here we have ways to ask favors. You know, a favor is something that you ask someone to do for you, basically for nothing in return, more than you saying thank you or something like that. So in here we have some ways. We have, can I borrow your pen please? Could you lend me 5 pesos please? Lend. We say lend because these 5 pesos, you are supposed to give them back to me. If you tell me, could you lend me 5 pesos please, it's because these 5 pesos, I'm gonna get them back. You are not keeping them. I am lending you the money, but I am not gifting you the money. I am not giving you the money. You need to give me my money back. Is it okay if I use your cell phone? Do you mind if I use your computer tonight? Would it be okay if I borrow your truck tomorrow? Would you mind lending your cell phone? I wonder if I could borrow some money. I was wondering if you'd mind lending me your house to have a party. So there are many ways to ask for favors, and they also vary in degrees of formality. So that means that there are going to be formal ways to ask for favors and informal ways to ask for favors. So when we use can and could, we use these two for informal requests. Can I borrow your CD please? Could you lend your notes from the class? Then we have would, which is another modal, and this is for more formal or demanding requests. So that's clear. It's very, very simple. Can I borrow? Could you lend me? It's a very simple sentence. Then we have requests with if clauses and the present tense. So we can say, is it okay if I borrow your phone? Do you mind if I use your laptop tonight? Is it okay if you lend me some money? Do you mind if I sit next to you? Then we have requests with if clauses again, but using the simple past. So in here, as you can see, present tense, if borrow, if use, if lend, if sit. So this is present tense, all of these. In here we have, would it be okay if I called you tomorrow? Will you mind if I borrowed your copies? Would it be okay if I had a second opportunity? Would you mind if I took your pencil? So as you can see, we can also use the simple past to ask for favors with if clauses. Now, this is a very, very important thing to keep in mind. Would you mind is answered with no if you agree with the request, and with yes if you deny the request. So if you say no, if someone asks you, would you mind, and you say no, you are giving a positive answer. For example, do you mind if I use your laptop tonight? If I ask you, do you mind, is basically if it bothers you, if it's okay if I use it. So do you mind if I use your laptop tonight? No, I don't mind, you can use it. That means that you can use it. If I tell you, no, I don't mind, you can use it. But if you ask me, do you mind if I use your laptop tonight? And I say, well, actually, yes, I mind. I do mind because I need my laptop. that means you cannot use it. So keep in mind that if you use would you mind or do you mind, if you say no, I don't mind, it's because you are saying, you are granting the request. Do you mind if I use your laptop? No, I don't mind. That means that you can use my laptop. Do you mind if I use your laptop? Yes, I do mind. That means that you cannot use my laptop. This is something very important to keep in mind. And then for last, we have in here requests with gerunds. So it's basically the same thing. Remember that a gerund is a verb and we add the ing at the end. So will you mind copying your workbook? Will you mind giving me a ride to my house? Will you mind borrowing your sharpener? Will you mind not having classes tomorrow? Having, borrowing. Will you mind borrowing? Will you mind giving? Will you mind copying? And then for last, we have requests with if clauses and modals. I wonder if I could borrow your car. I was wondering if you would mind borrowing me your camera. I wonder if I could answer the video book for you. I was wondering if you'd mind helping me with my homework. So there are many ways to ask for favors, as you can see in here. We have if clauses in the present tense, if clauses in the simple past. We have requests with gerunds, and we have requests with if clauses and modals. As you can see in here, if we go back to the conversation, you can see some examples for requests, asking for requests. I was wondering if you could help me. This is if clause with a modal. Can I borrow your truck? Would you mind helping? So after would you mind, we are usually using a gerund. Would you mind going? Would you mind helping? Would you mind watching? And so on. So now let's see what we have here in the book. In here we have the request from the less formal to the more formal. We have, can I borrow your truck, please? That's less formal. Could you lend me your truck, please? That's a little bit more formal. Is it okay if I use your credit card? Do you mind if I use your credit card? Would it be alright if I used, this is the past, if clauses with the past, if I used your credit card? Would you mind if I borrow your truck? Would you mind helping me on Sunday? So as you can see, if I say would you mind, and after the would you mind I am using my if clause, I can use, or do you mind if, I can use simple present, I can use simple past, according to what we can see in here. You can use modals, or also if you use if after would you mind. But if you are using would you mind and you are not saying if, then you need to use a gerund. Would you mind going? Would you mind helping? Would you mind staying? Okay, so would you mind if I borrow your truck? Would you mind helping me on Sunday? I was wondering if you could, remember, if clause and the model. If you could help me move. So in here we have this classified from less formal to more formal. This is actually a very simple and known topic. So let's just go ahead and do an exercise so you guys can get into it and remember it easier. Any questions, guys? Remember, you can let me know. That was it. Bye-bye.